Hello, welcome back. Sorry that the lighting situation is not improved. Honestly, I don't really care, so it's not gonna be improved. But anyways, let's just start talking about my book. If you forgot what book I'm reading, it's this one. So yeah. I hope you watched my first video before you watch this one. Anyways, time to start talking about the book again. So, this is chapter 6 through 10, I believe. Yeah, 6 through 10. I read that. In chapter 6, we learn that Adelaide and Mia work at a bookstore ran by like two old ladies or something. And Mia set them up with this job because she used to like go to the bookstore all the time, and so she was kind of close with the old ladies. And Adelaide is also tutoring Dorian at the bookstore in her free time when she's not working. And yeah, so then they talk about that for a little bit, and then Adelaide has to go to class. So she's looking for her class, and she runs into this guy, and his name is James, and he happens to be Dorian's best friend. And he's like the friend that was at the club with Dorian in the first chapter when Dorian and Adelaide first met. So James knows about like the whole tutoring situation, and Adelaide, like, she knows of him, I think, or something like that. I don't know, but his mom like works for this big fashion company that Adelaide really wants to work for, so she's like, oh, maybe I could get a job there. But yeah, then they walk to class together. He shows her how to get there, which was kind of him. Mia's in the class too, so I don't really know why her and Adelaide didn't just walk together, but it's fine. And so when Adelaide gets to class, she sits by Mia and they talk about James and Dorian for a little bit. And then time jump, we're with Dorian and Adelaide after a tutor session at the bookstore. And Dorian wants to walk Adelaide home, but Adelaide is scared that someone will see them. So she's like, oh, no, don't walk me home. But then she agrees, obviously. So they walk home to Adelaide's house, and they're like in front of the house, and Adelaide sees Sabrina in the window. So she pushes Dorian behind a tree, and they're really close, but nothing happens. So she pushes him away, and then Adelaide says goodnight and goes inside. Another time jump, because it's a new chapter. Adelaide is in class. I don't remember what class it is. I don't know if she's been to this one before, but she's there. The teacher's talking, and Adelaide learns that she has to write a paper worth 50% of her grade, and she has to get good grades because she's at this school on a scholarship, so the scholarship depends on her grades. So she's stressed out, and she's like looking in her journal. She's got no time for this paper. But then she goes to work at the bookstore and tutors Dorian. And they're chatting for a little bit, and Dorian like kind of tries to set Adelaide up with James, but Adelaide says no, she doesn't like that idea. And then they talk about this big dinner that the college is hosting for like their class or something. And I don't know, they talk about that this is brought up a lot in these few chapters, the dinner is. Then Mia is also at work, and she like kind of shouts out that Sabrina has entered the store. So Adelaide pushes Dorian again. This time they're behind the couch, but nothing happens again. And then Sabrina leaves, and they come back out and finish their tutoring session, so. Oh wait, I skipped a part. Sabrina comes into the room that they're in, and she can't find them because she didn't look behind the couch. So then she leaves. Okay, and then Adelaide tells Dorian about like why she had to hide him, like Sabrina's interested in him and stuff. And Dorian then asks Adelaide to go to that fancy dinner with him. So that's nice, but Adelaide says no because she doesn't want to bring attention to herself at this dinner. So yeah, then another time jump. Adelaide is going to like this movie thing in like a park or something with James. So they're walking there and talking about the dinner probably. And Mia and Sabrina are also at this movie thing, but they're already there. They got there before Adelaide and James. So Adelaide and James get there, and they go sit by Mia and Sabrina, and Sabrina's like, she's kind of freaking out, because she's like, OMG, this is James, this is Dorian's best friend, he should like set me up with Dorian. And then James is talking about the dinner, and Sabrina's like, Adelaide, we have to go to the dinner. What if Dorian is there? We have to go. And Adelaide's like, ugh, fine, we'll go to the dinner, but I'm not taking Dorian as my date. She won't do that. Then, it's now Dorian's point of view. This chapter was kind of short, but that's fine. Him and James are like playing tennis or something, and apparently they're like really good at that. Like they could have went to college for it or something, but they're playing tennis and they're good. And they're like talking about Adelaide, and they're kind of like both interested in her. So I'm just like, I just feel like this is gonna be really awkward later when they're both like, I like Adelaide. No, I like Adelaide. So yeah, that was 5 chapters. Woo! Let me tell you what pages those are from, because I know you like to know. Okay, 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Page 28 to page 64. So, yeah, a little bit longer than the first 5 chapters. And next I'm going to read chapter 11 through 15. And I'll try to do that soon. Maybe I'll try to make a video, like another video faster than it took me to make my first one and my second one. So, I'll work on that. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. I'm gonna try to yap less than I did last time because that was bad. Like, someone tell me to stop talking, please. Okay, so I'll just stop now, and I hope you have a great day, and, I hope whatever book you're reading right now is really good, because this one, it's pretty good. So yeah, goodbye! This is awkward.